today. Dr. Ryan is a renowned clinical psychologist, a professor at the Australian Catholic University and at the University of Rochester. He's also the co-developer of self-determination theory, which is one of the most leading theories of human motivation. He lectures frequently around the world to promote motivation, healthy psychological, and also behavioral functionings in organizations, education, health, sports, video games, and virtual environments. Today, we're so blessed to have Dr. Ryan with us today to share with parents on how to motivate our children based on the self-determination theory. Hi, Dr. Richard Ryan. Thank you for your precious time.
Thank you very much, and thanks for having me today.
Thank you. So, Dr. Ryan, many parents are struggling like day by day, like from motivating their children to eat faster or doing homework independently. So based on your expert advice, how can parents help to motivate their children based on the self-determination theory?
Well, I guess when we think about anybody's motivation, if we're going to motivate somebody to do something, we need to both have them have a good reason for doing it, and also have some empathy for some of the obstacles or issues that they might face. So if I think, my child's taking a long time to eat, I might want to find out what's taking so long, but in an empathic way, find out, is there something in the meal, or is there something bothering them that's having them, take such a long time? Because starting with that empathic stance, you're much more likely to find out both what the obstacle is to eating further, and then also, join with your child in dealing with that, whatever it is.
Very true. Yeah, with the empathy. So parents need to show the empathy first. Mm-hmm.
So, and I think that's true in all motivation. If we wanted anybody to do something, we should understand the point of view of our motivatee and what it might mean to them. So if we say to somebody, well, eat more quickly or go do your homework, we want to know if they're resisting, what's the resistance and how can we help with that?
Yes. So knowing the reason behind from the eyes of the children rather from the parents.
Yes. Yeah. Pretty much.
So I saw that your self-determination has 3 components. Can you explain a little bit to us and how can parents apply them?
Well, the self-determination theory is really just a theory about what are the conditions under which people flourish and where do people do their best. And what we find is that students and children growing up do their best when they're in an environment where they can feel really belonging and relatedness and connected to other people. Where they feel like they're accepted for who they are, and that they are that people who take interest in their interests and their preferences, and support them when they're having trouble or issues with competence. And so we talk about these things as support for autonomy, competence, and relatedness. And we think these are just psychological needs that when you support those needs, it provides an environment in which children are really just naturally motivated to want to learn, to want to engage, to want to do what's going on around them.
I see. So a supportive environment can promote those 3 components: autonomy, competence, and also relatedness. Right. So one question would be, many parents helping their children learn maybe music instrument or another language. Like for my community, maybe lots of people are learning Chinese, but they don't use it in this environment. So they find it really hard. And so how can parents motivate their children in that areas?
Well, first of all, as a parent, I wonder, do I need my child to take Chinese, or do I need them to have the music lessons? And if they're resisting, I would hope that I'm helping them find things that interest them, and that they want to be engaged, and that they will also see as useful. And then if those things are true, then, when they're having trouble, struggling with effort, I want to be sympathetic to that. I want to find out, what the struggle is, see if I can provide some help and some structure so that they find time both to do homework, but also to have fun. So, I think, again, motivation really begins with being empathic with the obstacles to being motivated, and also making sure that, people remember why they're doing something, what's interesting, what's important, why it's valuable to do, and helping them overcome any obstacles in the way of that.
I see. So parents can continue to be empathetic and also explain the reason, what are the benefits. How about when, what happens if the parents see the benefit and the children do not see it?
Yeah. Well, again, if parents have good reasons for what they're doing, and they should, if you're going to be making your child do something that, that they yet can't understand or don't see the value in, you at least should have a good reason and be able to explain it to some extent to your child of why this is important, and then support them in it. Again, be empathic with the resistance, and also saying, I will help you with this. I'll practice with you, or I'll sit with you through practice, or and also to take interest in it, to every day find out how it's going, to listen, to take pride in the things that are done well. So I think, when parents are engaged authentically and enthusiastically in activity, children want to be engaged in it too.
Very true. That's true. Parents need to have a good reason behind them first at the beginning. Yeah. And then, be engaged, and not to just ask them, you go to class and then that's it, right? Come home, then we should discuss it, find the interesting thing to talk about, and fun in those areas. Very true. I mean,
it's one thing to, order my child to go off and read, and then I go sit down and watch TV. That's not modeling the very thing that I'm saying is valuable. And so, I think also some of it is just modeling and being engaged in the sense that shows that these things are important, and you as a parent believe they're important, and you're showing that behaviorally.
That's a great point. Yeah, we need to model it. If it is important, it should be important to us too. Thank you, Dr. Ryan. Last question, Dr. Ryan. We want our children to be happy, confident, and resilient. So from your personal experience, what would be the number one thing parents should remember in motivating their children? And what would be the number one thing parents should avoid doing?
Well, I think we all know that children are facing a tough world out there. It's an evaluative world. They have lots of tests. They have lots of evaluations. They have lots of pressures. And the pressures aren't only the pressures from school, they're the pressures from social media and from the environment. And they really need parents to be at their back, to have the support them throughout. And it's mostly about being able to listen and care for the feelings of your child. There's no feelings that are wrong feelings for children to have, and the best thing they can have is a parent who has a good ear for those. When a child can feel supported in that way, they can make it a long way in life, and I think that's true for all of us. We want somebody we can lean on, especially when we're struggling. So if I could give, just if I'm restricted to just one thing, I'd say it's love and acceptance.
Agree. Love and acceptance. Yeah. Thank you. And anything to avoid?
Well, I think as parents, we often feel pressures because, we want the best for our children. And I think there's a lot of well-intentioned parents that I have met is in the service of trying to do well for their children, they pressure them too much without understanding what the obstacles are. And I think they miss something when they don't listen from the child's point of view of what's in the way, and help them with it. And sometimes parents are trying to get their own dreams fulfilled through their children, rather than trying to find out who this child is and where they're going with their lives. And I think, that's another reason why we want to stay attuned to the interests and the trajectories that our children are having and support them as they grow.
Very true. Thank you, Dr. Ryan. So we should have listening ears to communicate, listen to their feelings, what will be the obstacles, instead of putting pressure on them and then it's not easy.
Yeah, I know it's not easy. Yeah, but love is easy, and I think these things come from that place.
Sure, love is easy. If it's all come from parents' love, we have the common goal. We just want the best for our children. So with love, we can resolve it. Thank you, Dr. Ryan. So we know that Dr. Richard Ryan, every year you organize the Self-Determination Theory Conference. So anyone interested, go to the website to register to learn more about Dr. Ryan's theory. And also, if any parents want to learn some listening skills, how to show empathy, they're welcome to check out Healthy Learning's website and Facebook group to learn more. And once again, thank you for Dr. Richard Ryan's precious time and everyone's precious time today. Thank you.